Hello, Mary here. So today we are going to try something new. So instead of a traditional book club, we are going to try something where we read the first and the last page of a book and see if it gives away any spoilers or if it just makes us really want to try and read the book and see what everything was all about. So we're calling it #spoilers ... maybe, because I don't know if anybody's like me, but I always pick up a book and I'm like, oh, is this going to be worth my time or not? So I cheat kind of and I peek at the end of the book. So for our first book, I was going to pick just one book, but then I got to looking at our new shelf and there were just too many that looked really good. So we are going to do the first and last pages of 2 books and see how it goes. So the first one we are going to check out is a new one by Marie Lu, and it is called Sky Hunter. And then the next one we're going to look at is called The Voting Booth, Make It Count by Brandy Colbert. So I thought this one was really appropriate and timely, and I just like Marie Lu in general, so if anybody's read her books, they're so good, and I'm sure this one won't be any different. So I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to zoom in on these pages, we'll read them, and then you guys will have to comment online, or if you stop by the library you can be like, oh, that book looked really good, and you can put it on hold, or hey, it might still be on the shelf, so you'll have to check it out and see what it's all about. Here is Sky Hunter by Marie Lu. So we'll open up the cover. And inside we have this cool map. And when I opened it up, I kind of thought the map looked like a heart, like a human heart. So it says the Carenza Federation. So alright, here we go. We're going to read the first page. So it goes, Ghosts, Travel, and Packs. This is the first thing you're taught when you become a striker. You learn that ghosts used to be human. Before the Carenza Federation strapped them down and poured dark poison down their throats, twisting them into monstrous war beasts. Now you'll see them hunting in the forests at the foothills of the mountains, in groups of 6 or more, a grotesque contrast to the serene, snow-dusted landscape. Their faces are white as ash, their skin split with deep cracks that expose scarlet, rancid flesh underneath. They are taller and stronger than any human who has ever lived. Their limbs grown out all wrong, spindly like a spider's. They smell like blood and earth. Though their eyesight is poor, they can detect movement well. Their hearing is superb. Their ears stretch long and tapering to points. They can make out human voices a mile away. In their territory, to speak is to be found. So we remain silent, invisible to the eye and ear. Their teeth, too, grow longer and sharper than ours. The discomfort of it makes them gnash their fangs constantly, slicing new tears into their already ripped and rotting mouths. That's how you know they're coming. The grinding sound. Alright, so that was the very first page of this book. So now we are going to skip to the last page. Another cool thing about this book, check it out on the ends, it says Sky Hunter, and I've noticed that she kind of does this with some of her other books. It's kind of a neat feature. Alright, so acknowledgements. Alright, so here is the last page. So it goes, I stare up at him, silent, letting myself hang on to my anger while I still can. I nod once and bow my head. He thinks he has won, but I am proof of the final defeat of a nation. He thinks he will alter my mind, erase who I am, and dedicate me to his cause. He will cut open my back and peel away the human in me, filling me instead with black steel and bladed wings. He will change me into his war machine, an angel of death. Then he'll try to make me forget my showering. Then he will try to make me forget by showering me with land, wealth, and respect. But conquering people is easy. You break past their defenses, seize their cities, burn their world to the ground. To annihilate us, though, is impossible. A seed will survive. I'm not done. I will not forget. The guards step away from my mother. The premier gives me an approving nod. Good, he says. Now, my Sky Hunter, let's begin. All right. So, what do you think? Did reading the first page and the last page really give away any spoilers to this book? I don't know, for me it really didn't, but as I said, I really like Marie Lu anyway, and so this is definitely a book that is on my list of ones that I want to read. Okay, so time for the next one. Alright, so this one is The Voting Booth, Make It Count by Brandy Colbert. So this one, just because of it being election season, really, I thought it was a good choice, and it sounds really good. So, the cover, I'll open it up, The Voting Booth. Alright, so first page, here we go. So it says Marva at the top. I don't like it when people make hyperbolic statements, so I really mean it when I say I've been waiting for this day my entire life. November 3rd, Election Day. But not just any election day. It's the first one that I'll be able to vote in, finally. I'm still doing my morning stretches when there's a knock at the door. Come in. I bring my right knee up to my chest to stretch my lower back. Alright, so it kind of trails off right there. So that is the first page of this story. So now we are going to skip to the end. There's the author. Let's see, acknowledgements. Alright, so the last page is a little bit longer than the first. So it goes, once again, an insistent meow interrupts us, and this time Selma is sitting in front of the couch. So, you run off all day making thousands of people worry about you, and now you don't want to be ignored? Oh, Selma, I say, scooping her up and setting her on my lap. She settles right down, content after a meal and fresh water, and starts grooming herself. On the TV, the news anchor says it will be a while before the final results come in. Do you need to get home? I asked Duke, scared he's going to say yes. I don't think I can go through this alone, not after all we've been through. No way, I'm here till the end. He gently strokes Selma's back. Even if things don't go our way, it'll be all right. We'll get through this. We kind of have to, huh? I say. Yeah, and we've got this, Marva, no matter what. He's right. We got this. And that is the last page of that book. So what do you think? Is The Voting Booth a story that you might want to read? Just to see how it all turns out? I think, like, reading the first and last pages isn't as spoilery as you sometimes think. And honestly, when I go skip to the last page, you almost have to read the last chapter to really see how things work out. But I think these are two really great books, and if you stop by the library, you can come check them out. So we had The Voting Booth, and we had Sky Hunter by Marie Lu. Alright, well, we are going to post these videos once a month, and if you have a book that you want to share online, the first page and the last page, I think it would be a really fun thing to see what people are reading out there, and if we can get people excited about some stories they might not pick up otherwise. Alright, until next time.